Welcome to another episode of Really Great Sports Pickup Videos. Today I'm going to share with you some awesome autographs that I just picked up. I got them off of eBay from an online seller, and I paid an amazing amount. So I'm just going to jump right in and start showing them to you. Well, these first two that I'm going to show you, players, I actually won the auction just with these first two. And it came out to like $15 shipped. It was, super cheap. And I contacted the seller and I said, hey, I'm interested in like 9 more of your auctions. Can we find a mutual price? And he agreed to the mutual price, and I'm going to share those with you. So the first one I want to share with you is former Boston Red Sox great and Boston Celtics great Gene Conley on 1 and 2. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit to show these off because they're a little larger than cards. But 2 8x10s by Gene Conley. I stuck them in these top loaders after I got them. With the amount of photos that I bought, if the seller put all these in top loaders, it would probably cost $20 just in shipping alone. But I put them in the 8x10 top loaders, but Gene Conley is the first one that I bought. We'll set him to the side. And the next lot that I got was former knuckleball great Wilbur Wood on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I got 4 Wilbur Wood 8x10s for next. These came out to like $2 a piece, roughly, on the auction when the deal was all said and done. But I got the Wilbur Wood and the Gene Conley lot for like $15, which I thought was a steal. So after I went through the Wilbur Wood and the Gene Conley payment with the seller, like I said, I contacted him. I said, hey, on the auctions that didn't sell, because these all went under at the same time, so to speak, I said, would you take this flat fee if I bought this lot, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one? And the seller came back to me and said, yeah, I'll do it for that. In addition to the $15 I already paid him, because I paid, I made good with that deal. With the $15 included, what I'm about to show you, the total package cost me like $60. So that came out to roughly less than like $3 a photo, if you want to call it that, because some of them had more than one, some of them were just one. But let me just quit yapping and show you what I got. So the next one is Frank Howard, the great Washington Senator. Sorry about the glare there on that one. But that was a 2 photo lot that I was able to get. The next one is one of my favorites because I've actually had a chance to meet him in person at one time. And I never got an 8x10 signed by this gentleman. So I was quite happy to get an 8x10. Actually, make that 3 8x10s. And that's former Washington Senator great, St. Louis Brown great, and I want to say Philadelphia Philly great, Roy Sivers, on 3 8x10s. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Sivers. He lived in the St. Louis area up until his death. And I happened to be at a golf tournament one time, and I had the pleasure of meeting him and talking with him. And, it was a great time, and great baseball player and a great baseball man. And I just never thought to get an 8x10 signed by him. I got cards, I got balls, I got programmed by the Browns, but just never an 8x10, and now I have 3. So, very nice. All right, so this next one is a player I've never gotten before, and that is Dave "Boo" Ferris. And Dave Ferris was a really good pitcher for the Boston Red Sox early on in his career. He actually had a American League record, I believe, for most consecutive innings without giving up a run. At the beginning of his career, like since his major league debut all the way through a certain amount of time, he never gave up a run. That record has since been broken, but that was a pretty cool record. Ferris, he hung around for a little bit, but he just never matched his dominance that he did the early part of his career, as I think he had some injuries towards the middle or latter of his career. So a Blue Ferris, which is one I never gotten before. We'll save that one for last. This next one should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, and that is a Tony Oliva. A Tony Oliva signed photo. And I forgot to mention that some of these do have the Jim Spence authentication on them. I'm not a big authentication fan because I feel like anybody can put a sticker on something and call it authentic. Just, that's my opinion. Unless you are somebody that actually saw the person signing it, then you affix the sticker, that's fine. But there are some generic COAs that came with this. So I'm covering up their address on the bottom part of this, but you can see the 2 certificates there. I mean, that's something that you can print out on your computer. It is what it is. Now the next thing, the next player, this is a Ralph Kiner, another Hall of Famer. This one was probably the best one in the lot that I got. And again, it has the Spence authentication on there, but again, it's a sticker. It doesn't match or correspond with anything else. So, very cool to have a Ralph Kiner. I think I already have one though on an 8x10. But for the price, I couldn't pass it up. All right, this next one is former Rookie of the Year, Boston Brave, New York Giant, St. Louis Cardinal, I believe, Alvin Dark, on an 8x10. And again, this is somebody that I'd gotten many times on cards, balls, whatever. Just never got them on an 8x10, but now I have one. And this was a 3-count lot of a Hall of Famer. George Kell on 1, 2, and 3. So 3 George Kell autographs on 8x10s. And again, same story. Had him sign cards in the past before he passed away. Just never had him on an 8x10. So now I do. You know what? Now that I think about it, I may have an 8x10 of George Kell. I'd have to check my 8x10s. But I may already have one of these. So one of those might be up for trade. And finally, a guy that is more modern and belongs in the Hall of Fame in my opinion, and that is Dave Parker with a National League MVP inscription, 1978. So, very cool lot of autographs that I picked up. This whole stack of autographs that I just showed you was $60 shipped. So I mean, these are iconic players from baseball past. And a lot of these gentlemen are no longer with us, meaning they've passed away. So to be able to obtain these for dirt cheap, more or less, is something that was just amazing to me. I mean, you can't buy an 8x10 unsigned for $5 hardly anymore, much less have it a actual autographed one. And I've been collecting a long time, autographs that is, and I was able to compare signatures before I bought, meaning I have autographs from virtually everyone here already on different forms, on cards or whatever, and I believe these to be authentic. But as I've said many times before, when you're buying on eBay, whether you're buying in person, especially when you're dealing with autographs, it's always buyer beware, because people are out there trying to scam. But these, I believe to be authentic. Again, many of them have the Spence sticker on them, which is an authentication service. Glad to share these with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, look forward to your comments below, and happy collecting.